This is the draw ceremony of 2018 Asian Games esports demonstration event. And now we are going to draw for the teams for the game Arena of Valor. So now let's first take a look at the top 8 countries and regions that enter the AOV finals. They are China, Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, China from East Asia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos from Southeast Asia, and India from South Asia. So the AOV match is operated under a double elimination system. Names of all the teams have been placed in the same box, and their match orders would be corresponded to the draw orders. If the two teams from the same region turn out in the same group, their match orders will have a corresponding adjustment. So now, let's please welcome Mr. Falk to come to the stage and draw for us. Welcome, Mr. Falk. So now, Mr. Falk, please draw for the first team. As you can see, the first team is Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong, China would be the first team. And now, Mr. Falk, let's please draw the second team. And the second team goes to Laos. So Laos would be the second team. And now let's move on. Mr. Falk, let's draw our third team. So the third team would be Vietnam. Vietnam would be the third team. And now let's move on to our fourth team. Our fourth team would be Indonesia. In order to avoid teams from the same region competing with each other in the first round, so Indonesia team would be moved to the next group. Now, let's move on to draw the fifth team. So the fifth team would be India. Due to the previous adjustment, Team India would go to the last group. And now, let's move on to the sixth team. And the sixth team would be Thailand. In order to avoid teams from the same region competing with each other in the first round, the Thailand team would be the next group. And now let's move on to our seventh team. So the seventh team would be Chinese Taipei. Due to the previous adjustment, Chinese Taipei would go to the last group. And now let's move on to the eighth team. So the last team would be China. China would be the eighth team. Thank you, Mr. Falk. So as our draw ends, this team will compete in the first round. Hong Kong, China versus Team Laos. Team Vietnam versus Team India. Team Indonesia versus Chinese Taipei. Team Thailand versus China.